Welcome to Quick Fix Golf at quickfixgolf.com, where we have our regular online golf classes where you get a chance to ruin 45 minutes of what would have been very productive time for you doing something important. Instead, you're here putting up with our shenanigans online for your golf game. And hopefully, we'll give you something that'll help you, not drive you crazy to where you all of a sudden you're so damn confused now you don't know up or down or inside or out or whatever. But here's the deal. Today, our class is on the hinging of the wrist and where do you hinge it. See this club face right here? Now watch this. You got to remember, get this through your head. Club face, body path, club face, body path, club face, body path. And if Darren was here, he'd say club face, path, body. Okay. I'm not going to argue with him. You can look at it both ways, but. And let's look at Bubba Watson. I'm going to flip him around to right-handed. Now watch him. Very similar in some ways. And in that first 18 inches or more, they do not hinge their wrist whatsoever. Now comes the time you're going to have to hinge your wrist. So watch the drill that I sort of ask a lot of folks to do. Now I'm left-handed. There you go. Here I'm going to, because I've put one of these snow poles on my golf club, I'm going to go right to there. I am not going to move my hands or my arms or my wrists or anything of the sort. All I did was move my chest. All I did was move my chest. We look over here at, all he's doing is moving. See his chest? See his shoulders? The club is staying relative to those shoulders and that chest the whole time. Now he begins to hinge. And this hinge right here, mucho importante. You didn't know you were going to get a Spanish lesson too. All you got to do is add an O. Anybody could speak Spanish. Golf, golfo, bank, banco. Now you see that club face right there? Close, but no cigar, but not bad. Because he should have enough hinge in this right wrist for his club face to be the same as his spine. And he's pretty close. I'm short myself. But again, I'm going to explain why that's not a problem. It's just as I get down to here, see how my club face, you get a lot of people say you should put pointer straight up, but no, it should be here. If it's, well, not there. What am I saying? What about there is about parallel with my spine. If it is there parallel with the spine, I have very little motion to have to square the golf club up at the bottom. So in theory, I'm going to be more consistent because the ball's going to go where the club face is going. The more open, if my club face was like this, now I've got to wail with the hands. I've got to just unload them unbelievably fast in order to make it in time because, you know, the swing period of time from, I mean, if the whole swing is 1.2 seconds or so, imagine from here to here, it's you know, it's going to move, it's hustling along, it's going pretty quick. So you haven't got a whole lot of time to get the club over. Let's look at somebody like Freddie Couples. We're going to look at a bunch of folks today. Hey, Freddie, where'd you go? There he is. Let's look at he takes it back. See, here's his club face angle. Here's his spine. Then he starts to hinge. Now he's got the club face practically open. Now he comes down. There it is. Hold on one second. We're at the range today live. So you see, he's a little bit short, but not bad. It's awfully close. Let's look at Elkington, because everybody talks about what a great swing Elkington has. Where's Elkie? There he is. There's Elkington. As he takes it back. That face is a little open. So how you hinge your wrists can determine where your club face is going to be. That's why it's so important. Let's go back down this way. Hard to see. Let me see if I can do this to it. There we go. So he's got some work to do to get that club face from there to there. Because when it started out, it was here. Let's look at Molinari. Hey, Molinari. Italiano. Where'd you go? Hey, Molinari. Had pizza last night. Now watch his club face. Watch his hands as he hinges his wrists. Now look at his club face. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. But now watch what he does. Now look what he did. Wide open. He's going to have to really hustle. So you can hardly see the club face because it's moving so quickly. So he had to really hustle to square that thing up in time because he opened up the face on the way down. I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody, but watch this. Let me show you. Here's one that'll really maybe hit home. Get to understand it. I'm not saying that you have to have the club face parallel to your back. I'm not saying there aren't guys out there that don't, that make a lot of money. So it's just understanding, hey, if I don't have it there, if my toe's up, I got to really hustle. I've got to really hustle in order to square the club up. And that's where a lot of people don't understand how hard they need to swing. Watch, here we go. Here's Ernie Els. See his right hand? Not very much hinge there. See his club head? Open. But watch what he does. He's prepared for this. So then we go look at him from the front, and we watch what he does here. And he really comes right down here like this, and then watch his hands. Wham! He slams them over real hard. See? He slams them over real hard. Now, let me show you exactly the opposite. Here's Dustin Johnson. Here's Dustin Johnson. See? Now, watch what he does when he's actually hitting a golf ball. Watch his hands. He gets to the top. His club face is closed. You could actually put a martini glass on here. Now watch. He comes down. Watch the back of his left hand. See? Because right here, and he squares it up a little more as he gets down it, but I can't get it in time. It moves so quickly right there when the picture was given. But see, watch the back of his left hand. See? The exact opposite of what Ernie Els does. So how you hinge your wrists, we talked about in the very first class, how you grip the club can affect what kind of path you need to be or what you need to do during the impact zone. Now we got to say the same thing. How you hinge the wrist, no matter how you grip the club, also has to match the impact zone. I mean, it's all about impact. I'll do one more for you here. Let me see here. Oh, Justin Rose. Watch this. Hey, Justin. Where are you? There he is. Now, watch this. Now, this is an old picture, Justin. He doesn't take the club to the top of the backswing the way he does right here. But here he is here. Here he is here. Now he starts to hinge. Look at how much hinge he has in that right hand. That's super. Get all the right hinge you can in your right hand. Then he comes down. Look at that. He's almost at the same exact angle as he was on the top, on the beginning of his backswing. All right, I'm going to open up the window here for some questions. Now that we've gone this far, who's got a question?
The obvious question is, what happens if you hinge too early?
I don't think you can hinge too early. Let me say it to you this way. Here's my, I don't know what you'd call it, philosophy, or after so many years of doing this malarkey. It isn't that you could do something wrong. It's that you can't do something wrong without doing something else wrong, so that the two wrongs make a right. Your elementary school teacher was wrong. Two wrongs make a right. I got to go back and tell her that so she could paddle me again. To get paddled all the time. But what you want to know is, how can you monitor this without video? Larry Frazier, you can't. That's what the big advantage is today for these younger players and the older players. I mean, in my time, I still had to put feathers in the ball and sew it up just so I could go play. That's a joke. But anyway, if you hinge early, as long as you're setting the proper angle, what difference does it make whether you do it early or you do it later? Most of these guys are keeping the angle like you saw me do with the stick, quiet till about 2 o'clock, and then they start hinging. One good drill we like to use is the cell phone drill. If you send me an email, I will send you the cell phone drill. That gets you hinging the right hand the right way. The hand has to hinge like a door. I see too many people roll their hands. If you roll the hand open, meaning if you took your right hand, put it in front of you, and then you turn your palm up in your right hand, that is the most difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible. Julius Burrows' son, Guy Burrows, he rolls it on the way back. I was shocked when I saw that. I was out at the senior tour, and I said, well, wow. And, here's the son of, who was a great player. But he's used to it. He's done it for a long time, and he's got it timed just right. At least good enough. Would he have been better if he didn't do that? I don't know. But you need to know how much hinge do you have in your right hand, and when and where. Because if you don't have very much hinge in your right hand and you're on the beginning of the downswing, you got to really hustle. You're going to feel, you're going to say, wow, I feel like I'm wrenching my hands over in order to hit the ball. Say, yeah. Another guy who's like Dustin Johnson here, he'll say, no, it doesn't feel like that at all. To me, it feels like I'm keeping the back of my left hand going for the target. So there's where the real problem happens. If you hear the tip from that guy, hey, keep the back of your left hand going for the target, what he forgot to tell you is if you didn't have a strong grip in a closed position, you can't do that. It's not the right medication for you. Does that answer your question or not? Did everybody go away?
No, what I was kind of like, like when you're doing, like a chip shot, and you want a really steep angle during the takeaway. At least I don't know what I do anyway. Is that I'm hinging almost immediately as I'm coming back. I don't maintain that Y. Now I'm hitting irons and woods. Yeah, I maintain the Y till about 2 o'clock. But
I'm glad you said what you just said, because I didn't think of this and I should have. The hinging process for a short shot, flop shots, all that kind of stuff is completely different than what we're talking about right now. Completely different. Because I hinge very quickly on a flop shot, but I hinge it a completely different way than I would here. I mean, here you're looking for a strong position. You're trying to create velocity. So this is a stronger position right here. I wouldn't necessarily do that for a flop shot, especially a bunker shot. See, if you go to a bunker shot, hold on here. I'm glad you said that because somebody would be, here's a bunker shot. Now, let me see if I can bring this guy a little closer. And let me see if I can lighten it up some. There we go. See, his toe is up because it's going to be real. See, look how open that club face is. See, look at how open that club face is. See that? That is open. Well, it's a bunker shot. See, so my wrists are not going to hold like they would on a shot like this. It's a completely different hinging and path, you know, because the path of the golf club is a little more sort of outside in or across. Capiche?
Capiche.
Capiche, capiche. Here's another one. I don't know who this is, but must be Patrick Reed. No, he didn't move the sand back. Let me see here. All right. Any other questions?
Hey, Bobby, it's Justin.
Hey, Justin. I just did a video for you.
Oh, great. Thank you. So my question is, you've sent me a few lessons where, you know, once I reach that 2 o'clock position, you say to hinge vertically, hinge straight up. And when I do that, I get to the top of the swing with it's a cupped left wrist if I just hinge straight up.
Oh,
and I want to know, when are you putting in that flat left wrist or bowed left wrist to get that club, you know, kind of shut or square coming down?
I'm glad you said that. In fact, I was looking at your video and I saw how you sort of stick the club straight up in the air, and I was thinking, what the heck to see that. Now watch this. Let's say here's your hands. Here's your left hand. Here's your right hand. The right hand has to go palm down. Palm down. Almost as if, let's say, you were facing. Let me put Molinari back on here. Hey, Molinari, what's the matter, you? You got everybody over there with a virus. It's because you can't leave each other alone. Let me see here. No, watch. Here we go. Here your hands are straight ahead. Now watch what his right hand's going to do, I hope. See, that's going to feel to you like your right palm is facing down. If your right palm begins to point skyward, you're in trouble because you're going to have to put it back. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're going to have to put it back. So, you know, the feeling to me is like I'm pressing my right palm, or the what do they call the part of the palm where the wrist starts? That's pressing down and the fingers are going up. I gotta do
Great,
it.
thank you.
I could do a drill for that. Cell phone drill is perfect for that. I'll try and send you the cell phone drill, and that'll help that. Any other questions? Is that the John Adams I'm thinking about is on there? Haven't seen you in a long time. Go Hokies. Anybody else got a question? Eric, anybody? Does this not make sense? Or it does make sense? Oh, hey, Bobby, John Adams. Yay, it is John Adams. Yeah, you can put some questions in the chat box as well. Let me see here. There's another question right in here. How can you monitor this without video? It's really tough, except I guess the way we used to do it is I would just very slowly take the club back to about 2 o'clock and see if my fingers are going up and my palm is going down. If it's rolling open, if I'm able to see my right palm, I'm in trouble. If you just stood right in front of a golf ball right now, or pretend like you're in front of a golf ball, and you have your hands out in front of you, take your hands back, turn your chest, don't move your hands at all, and then all of a sudden start to hinge your hand by lifting the fingers up and pushing the palm down. That'll get you going the right way. Well, that's what we do with the cell phone. You put the cell phone in your right hand, and then you try and get the face of the cell phone, the screen, pointed down to the ground. Most people have the screen pointed up. Want to have the screen pointed down. Anybody else? Get your question in right now. You're free. Roy, makes sense, Bobby. Any thoughts on putting it into practice? Yeah, you just got to, right now it's a great opportunity if you have to stay home because of this lousy virus, to be able to get, your best friend is a mirror. I think ballet dancers have it right. And just get in front of a mirror, put your two hands out in front of yourself, like this, clap your hands, put them right in front, and then turn your chest to 2 o'clock. Your hands will move to 2 o'clock as well if you don't move them. And then start hinging the right hand so that the palm starts facing the ground and the fingers start going up, the back of your fingers. And just do that a bunch of times. Keep doing it, keep doing it. It's just a matter of doing it enough times. It's hard to know how it should look with these cameras. Let me see here. Hold it. He wrote something down here. Camera views. Can you go to a pro on your visor? That's how we need to see what it looks like. Pro on your visor. My visor. What's my visor? See, putting into practice. Eric. Oh, there's Eric. Makes sense to me. Okay. Well, that's good. Let me see if I got another way of showing this to you here. Hold on. We know Justin Rose was right on target, so let's go pick on him. Where's Justin? Okay. Watch what he's going to do. Watch his right hand. See, his right hand is still facing this way. Which to you, in order to pull that off, you're almost going to feel like, let me try and take a different color. You're going to feel like your right palm's facing the ground. It's not. It won't. You're never going to get it that far. See? So now, here's his club face angle. Here's his spine. Here's the hinge. The hinge is almost the same as the club face angle. That's right on the money right there. He should be able to just turn right back to the golf ball right now and hit it perfectly straight almost every time. Won't hit it very far because I didn't take the club back far yet, but he doesn't have to make any adjustments to get back to that square position again. That's what it's all about. You're trying to get the golf club back to where you started. Like Tiger would say, the impact position is about 3 degrees different than the address position. So you're just trying to you're just playing t-ball. The ball's sitting there laughing at you, and you got to take the club back and put it back and hit and put it right in the same place it was when it started. And every roll and every, especially the club face, anything you do to change the club face angle during the purpose of the swing, during the swing itself, you're going to have to recover from it. So let's look at Furyk. Let's see what he does. Let's try that one, or let's see if whether this one. There you go. Can you imagine he goes for a lesson somewhere and the guy says, you got to stand further away from the ball? It'd probably ruin him. Now look at this. You can't hardly see that, but look at how close his club face is. He's literally the other way. And look at his right palm. It's facing this way, which to you is going to feel like that way. Then he gets to the top. And he comes around, but it's going to be, we're not going to be able to see we can sort of see right there. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to. No, you're not going to be able to see it. Darn it. Let's try the other one and see if we can see it. See, he actually has the club face closed there. It's even more than his back. Ooh, we might get lucky here. Let me hit it one more time. Boom. Boom. Okay, so here he is. Here's his spine. Here's his club face angle. That's why he makes money.
He almost looks like he's jammed.
I
Look
know,
how far
but
back is.
he's done it since he was a little kid, and you know, that's what I'm saying. I've seen too many weirdo swings in my life. I remember Calvin Pete when I used to hang out with him, and I mean, I said, well, with this bad arm he has, he's got no chance. Oh yeah, well, you know, you just it's all somehow the guys that are successful figure out how to get the club back to the ball somehow. Even if they did it wrong, it doesn't matter as long as you can do it every time. So then you have some dependability, some predictability on your shots. You could say, hey, I hit everything left to right like Trevino. Trevino, let's go to Trevino. Here's one more. This will be interesting. And these are ones I didn't have in my prep, so I don't know. I could make a fool out of myself. It wouldn't be the first time. But let's see. Here's his spine. One good thing is we can fit. Now you can't even see that club head. We can fit him. We can fit him in the video because he's so small. It's a joke. I'm telling you. Gonna call the Mexican Defamation League and throw me in jail or something. Same thing again. These are old cameras. But look at the hinge in his right hand. Look at this. See, and he has a slight bulge in his left hand. Just slight, but enough. No, we're not going to be able to see it. See, but look at how much hinge he has right here. You've got to be able to hinge that right hand. And if you put your hand in front of you, grip like you're gripping a golf club, take your back of your right hand and go straight to 3 o'clock. That's the feeling. It's like your hand's a gate. It doesn't roll. It hinges. It doesn't roll. It hinges. Any other questions? Check the chat room. All right. Did you learn something today, gang?
Yeah, sure did, Bobby.
Sorry to hear about those golf courses in Myrtle Beach. Hasn't affected us as yet. Thank God. We're still cranking, and we're doing everything we can to keep everybody safe, wiping off grips, using the sanitizer on our hands. I guess most of the lady golfers are excited for the fact that Darren can't get within 6 feet of them. You can tell them that when you see them. The lady golfers were excited because they could stay 6 feet away from Darren. I mean, we're just doing common sense. Just do what you can do, and then you're out in fresh air and stay 6 feet away from each other. And what else are you going to do? Sit home? I mean, come on. It's crazy. Plus, there's not many cases, if any, very much in Myrtle Beach. There's a few in Horry County, but it's way up near Conway. So,
I think John wants you to turn on his mic.
who?
John Adams.
John Adams? Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. John. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Let me see if I can do that. John Adams. Yeah, his mic is on. Stop it. John, your mic is on. Try and talk and see what happens. Hello. Doesn't work. Let me see. Joseph's mic doesn't work.
Might be on his end.
Yeah, you can actually use telephone line also to call in if you want, but let me see. There's Roy. Let me see if Roy. The only one that's showing that has a microphone is you, Frankie, and
Yep.
then John Adams has a microphone there, but it's not green. It's black. Because it has to be green. What happened to Todd? He disappeared. All right, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be
All
loading
right, Bobby.
up. Send it out to
Thank
everybody.
you.
So
Thanks, Bob.
stay safe.
She'll do it. You as well. Bye.
All right.